Have you ever held something so beautiful and suddenly realized it was too heavy to keep? Well, I thought I was cutting my hair, but I was really cutting off survival. The scissors were not sharp enough. They made that stubborn metal sound, like they were arguing with my hair before letting it go. I had parted my braids into two, the way I used to do when I was younger, sitting on the floor between my mother's knees. But this time, there was no one behind me, just my shadow on the wall and the quiet hum of evening. I made these braids when I still believed I had everything figured out. When I installed them, I told myself they would last through a season, through healing, through growth, through the new version of me I kept announcing. I chose the color carefully and I sat for hours while someone else pulled, tightened, talked. Beauty requires endurance, they say, but nobody actually talks about the weight. Nobody tells you how heavy it feels when something so beautiful becomes a reminder of who you were trying to survive as. There is something unsettling about watching pieces of yourself drop to the floor. They look lifeless, detached, but a few minutes ago, they were part of you. There was a time I thought cutting my hair meant freedom. Back in school, girls would whisper about big shop stories, reinvention, boldness, confidence, a fresh start. But this is not a big shop story. Rather, this is a quiet surrender story. The kind where you don't cut your hair because you're brave, but you cut it because you're tired. Tired of carrying versions of yourself that don't fit anymore. Tired of explaining why you've been distant. Tired of pretending growth doesn't come with loss. The third braid, this one resists, but it pulls slightly as the scissors close. And for a second, I hesitate because the closer you cut to the root, the less you can undo it. I mean, isn't that how decisions are? If I cut too far, I cannot reattach it. And if I stay too close, I will keep carrying what I no longer need. There is something about hair that holds memory. The way certain styles remind you of specific seasons. That style you wore when you were in love. That's one you installed when you started a new job. The braids you had when you were trying to convince yourself you were okay. These braids saw things. They were there when I smiled for pictures I didn't feel. They were there when I sat alone at night, questioning my direction. They were also there when I outgrew conversations but stayed quiet. Sometimes we keep things not because we love them, but because they witnessed us. And letting them go feels like erasing proof that we survived. I thought I would feel prettier when I finished, but what I feel is lighter. There is a difference. Pretty is for the outside, lightness is for the soul. I remember when I first got these braids done, I looked at myself in the mirror and thought, this is the version of me that will not settle. But it's funny how even the strongest versions of us get tired. Funny how we still end up negotiating with life. We say we won't go back, then we do. We say we won't tolerate less, then we explain things away. We say we will choose ourselves, then we wait for someone else to choose us. First, and somewhere in that waiting, the braids grow heavier. Another one falls, and the sound of it hitting the floor is soft now. I don't feel attached anymore. That's how you know it's time. When the fear is replaced with relief. When the mirror no longer scares you. When you're ready to meet yourself without decoration. And the last braids, I hold it for a while. It's strange. This one feels so symbolic. Like the final tie to who I was trying to be. I whispered something before cutting it. Not a prayer, but just gratitude. Thank you for protecting me when I wanted and needed ammo. Thank you for making me feel put together when I was falling apart. Thank you for being the version of strength I could afford at the time. I run my fingers through my short hair. It feels unfamiliar, vulnerable, honest. There is no extension now, no extra length, no illusion of more. It's just me, just the scalp I've been hiding, and just the texture that grows without permission. If I could narrate this part softly, I would say, sometimes growth is not adding something new. Sometimes growth is removing what overstayed. Sometimes healing is not glowing up, but it's stripping down. It's actually accepting that some seasons were survival seasons, and survival is not shameful. And if someone asks me why I cut my braids off, I won't say it's for new look. I will simply say it's because I needed to feel the weight leave. Because sometimes the only way to grow is to loosen your grip. I post stories like this weekly. If you enjoyed this story, please do well to subscribe, like, and comment. And you can also go ahead to watch other videos. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video. Do take care of yourselves. Bye for now.
you.